Emergency with service.
Please, please.
Emergency with service.
Fire!
Emergency with service.
Ambulance, please.
One city. 500,000 people. 3 emergency services. Fire.
We're on! Have we got anybody in here? Do we know? I don't know.
Police.
Yeah, excess if I can enter it, please.
They're off.
Vehicles failing to stop, continuing through red lights.
And ambulance.
1, 2, 3, stop. Take a deep breath.
For the first time on television, all 3 major emergency services in one of Britain's biggest cities have been followed by dozens of cameras, giving a unique and comprehensive view of the work of the men and women who keep Sheffield safe. On tonight's programme, fire crews face an explosive call-out.
Right, missiles on the go.
A suspect goes to extreme lengths to escape police.
Yeah, I'm below him, I can see him.
And medics battle to save a motorcyclist's life.
I'm so sorry, Cam.
This is Total Emergency. It's early evening. And PC's Adam Bergin and Ryan Ashton have been directed to the outskirts of the city centre.
Just got a report in on Glossop Road that there's a serious road traffic collision taken place. It's car versus motorbike. The caller's saying they're going to need an ambulance and they think it seems serious.
Go.
It's immediately apparent that the rider is critically injured.
Ryan! Ryan! What's shutting?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, we're going to be shutting this road if you want to pass it out immediately. Can you turn round, please, from now on? Turn round, we're closing the road.
It's reported that motorcyclists are 46 times more likely to be killed or seriously injured compared with any other road users.
We've got a brief account.
I've got a brief account and we've got his contact details.
Right, OK. At the moment, we're just getting to grips with what's actually happened. The motorcyclist seems pretty injured, so just for now, we're going to close the road. Just in case that his condition deteriorates or anything like that, then we can, if we need to, we've still got a scene of where it's happened.
So we don't know the severity of it, so we need to preserve scene if needs to come
Traffic on the way.
Yeah.
The paramedics' job is to treat the stricken motorcyclist. PC Ashton's job is to establish how and why the accident happened.
I think what he's done is clip the front of her, and then he's coming towards the pavement. There's a section of tarmac missing off the pavement, and he's ended up being thrown from the bike onto the pavement.
No!
This road's closed. All right, includes cyclists.
The main injury I can see to the rider is he's got quite a nasty injury to one of his ankles. There's quite a portion of flesh missing and the bone's clearly broken.
All right, well done, my friend.
Fortunately for the injured man, 2 doctors who've just finished their shift at a nearby hospital are first at the scene.
See, I don't think that bleeding's not from the right leg, is it? No, it's from the other leg. OK. Right. It is, from the ankle.
It was striking to see that much blood, and obviously the thing that can happen is that you know the guy's probably got 5 or 6 litres of blood, and once you lose sort of more than 50% of that, you can have problems losing consciousness, low blood pressure, and then it can become potentially life-threatening.
The patient is losing so much blood that ambulance crews must get him to hospital immediately. But the extent of his injuries means they have to proceed with extreme care.
Sorry. sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry, Cam.
I was reassured, although it sounds rather callous, but one's reassured that he's crying out in pain and for help, and which actually means that he's able to maintain his airway and there's enough blood going to his brain to allow him to cry out.
I'm sorry, Cam, you're doing brilliantly. Your leg's broken above the ankle, and your knee's probably damaged as well. Probably a few breaks, but listen, you're alive, so you'll be fine. All these things are repairable. Okay? So, your bike's buggered. Simon, you didn't look like a good one, so you
You know, underneath I'm churning as well, I think, and particularly with the bleeding. Actually probably making light of it and making a joke of it is as much for a coping mechanism for me, and I'm sure other people do exactly the same.
Well done.
You're right there, Cam. So although the bedside manner superficially is a sort of coping mechanism for both of us, subconsciously it's also part of assessing him and assessing whether he's changing.
You're going to get run over anyway, do outside the hospital at leaving time. Right leg looks all right.
That's what I wanted, yeah.
Doctors and ambulance crews have done all they can for the motorcyclist at the roadside. His treatment at the hospital will take a lot longer, but it does prove to be successful.
Full injuries I've had are broken and dislocated hip. I've had 2 plates in the hip and 8 screws. I've had a detached kneecap, severed tendons below the kneecap, severed tendons above the ankle, and broken and dislocated ankle. I'm just very, very lucky the time that it happened, the place that it happened, and the people that were there to support me in that troubled time. I know they just say it's just my job, but you know, to people that it makes a difference to, it's life or death for us.
The men and women of Sheffield's emergency services dedicate their working lives to keeping the city and its residents safe.
Get in. Right, you locked up. Section 5. Understand that? Why?
But in doing so, they will inevitably put themselves at risk. It's 11:30 p.m. and Mansfield Road Greenwatch get reports of a fire in a remote part of the city.
It's a caravan fire on a caravan site.
What seems like a straightforward job gets off to a bad start.
Can't get up there.
The fire engine can't get beyond a narrow service road.
I've just got to have access to this caravan park. Alex, sorry, mate. Go!
When they do eventually reach the scene, the blaze is much bigger than they anticipated.
How's it going that way? We're tucked up against caravans, protected. Okay?
Coming up. Things go from bad to worse for Greenwatch.
That's appropriate.
A suspect refuses to come quietly.
Yeah, 319, go ahead.
And a back garden bonfire becomes a raging inferno.
There's a lot of heat gathered. It looks as though it's going to break through in a second.
It's just before midnight, and Mansfield Road Greenwatch have been called to a fire at a caravan park in the south of the city.
Get that one run out to that far side, up towards that red car. Then we're getting another 70 and we'll go far side with that one, all right?
The crew has to run hundreds of feet of hosepipe from the engine, and with each passing second the fire rages, engulfing more caravans in flames.
If you can start at the back, so it doesn't spread any further.
We're going to need another lamp.
We need another lamp, mate. We've got another lamp. Yeah.
As well as the obvious dangers from the flames, heat and smoke, emergency crews are at severe risk from hidden hazards.
That's propane. Propane cylinders popping. The blow on the collar, hence the bang, then it shoots up like a firework. See? Popping away there.
There's no way of knowing how many more cylinders could go off, but caravans normally carry 2 propane canisters for cooking.
When it pops, just look up, make sure it doesn't come down. Look for it coming down so it doesn't hit you.
Go behind the back of these cars, Steve, if you can. Give yourself some protection.
Yeah.
Say again, Jim.
You've always got to be careful of the dangers, especially something like this where the cylinders that have been warmed up are like missiles when they go.
You got water?
Just on that caravan.
As crews continue to battle the blaze, another gas cylinder explodes just feet away from a firefighter.
Make you jump in it. Well, we've got one line out, tackling this. We've got another pump coming. They've got the hydrant in, feeding our pump, and we're going to get another line around the far side of the job. Yes, come in!
The crew used thermal imaging cameras to search for extreme hotspots, most likely to ignite the unstable propane canisters. Even when the blaze is under control, potential danger still lurks.
Can you hear the hissing? That's a cylinder. Can you hear the hissing?
Yeah.
That's a cylinder that's the collar's ripped and there's gas leaking from it, or it hasn't ignited yet. So that's sort of happened after. So now what we're trying to do, likewise over there, that's gas burning. That's potentially a hazard now. So we'll keep on top of it.
Right then, Smudge, how many we got involved here then, you reckon?
It's taken firefighters an hour to get the blaze fully under control, and only now can they begin to survey the full extent of the damage.
8 caravans completely destroyed, 2 partially damaged by fire and 1 car damaged by fire.
The crew painstakingly searched the burnt debris for any potentially explosive cylinders.
Now what we've got to do is sift through everything and find everything. Looking through a normal light, they're fine. One on the left, one on the right. If we turn the lights off, the one on the left is glowing. That indicates that it's still under pressure and it's still full of gas and it's still a hazard. The one on the right, although not glowing, if you stand this side, smell the gas. The gas will just evaporate. What we've got to do is get some water on the left one, which is still hot, and cool it down.
Only once the fire is out and the scene made safe, do thoughts turn to how the blaze started.
Without having a good close look, your instinct tells you what's been caused, because the owners spotted a small group of lads hanging about and running away afterwards. So.
Children having a bit of fun. It's going to cause quite a lot of people a lot of misery.
It's not just fire crews who must work as a team. The policemen and women who respond to 999 calls have to routinely put their lives in the hands of colleagues.
I trust most of the people I work with. I don't think I could go out there and do this job if I didn't.
West Bar police constables Adam Bergen and Ryan Ashton have been partners for only 4 months. But it's a relationship they've had to make work from day one.
It's like I speak with Ryan and see Ryan out of work and things like that. We're friends as well as colleagues. And when you're going to sit in a car with somebody for at least 10 hours, it's good that you've got a relationship like that.
I spend a fair bit of time with Adam. Yeah, you could argue I spend more time with him than I spend with my wife, sometimes. So yeah, you have to get on.
There's no doubt that it is a dangerous job, and police officers unfortunately do get killed on duty. And although we have radios and batons and parva spray, by far your best safety net is your colleague who you're working with, and you have to be able to trust each other and you have to back each other up.
Change your plan.
It's early afternoon, and the two officers get a call in their squad car.
So I've got reports of a burglary in progress taking place at a flat. It's a first floor flat, just in a block opposite West Bar Police Station. I think one officer's just gone, stay at 6 at the scene, and we're about a minute away. Clear left.
Workers from a nearby office block called police after spotting two men hanging around the empty apartment building.
You just climb round the...
I think the original caller who's phoned us up, he's saying that the offenders he's seen are on the top floor of the block, this end.
With all entrances to the derelict block boarded up, PC Ashton is forced to find an alternative route up onto the balcony. With his partner carrying out a door-to-door search, PC Bergin scans the block from the ground, providing another set of eyes and ears. Suddenly, he spots where he thinks the intruders have gained access to one of the flats.
That board, 3 up, is bust in. Ryan's heard movement in the flat, so it would appear they've got intruders.
Having identified the entry point, PC Ashton won't risk going in alone. He calls, then waits for backup. As the officers enter the flat, PC Bergin is called to the front of the block. "60 feet above, a desperate man tries to hide from police.
Yeah, I'm below him, I can see him.
Back inside the third-storey flat, the suspect is cuffed and contained, but far from calm.
See that camera? I need a knife. Shift! Away with that! Camera! I'm telling you. Where? It's filming us! It's filming us! You're not filming me! No, it's filming us! I'm telling you now. Shift that camera! Shut up! Don't be so fine there. Hurt my hand. Turn the other way. Hurt my hand. Look at the ground. Hurt my hand. I'm not going to hurt your hand. I know you're not. So you go down there. And then you don't have to look at it, do you? Right? You're going to be a big baby about a whole baby. Right.
As in all searches, police are extra careful as they check the suspect's pocket.
You've got no toss on you, shouldn't have? No, but it might be sharks in the pocket. So exactly. I don't know.
After the search, police arrest the pair for being found on enclosed premises.
Adam's coming up now.
You hanging out at window?
The officers still can't quite believe the extreme hide-and-seek tactics used by one of the men.
You have people jumping out windows, trying to get away from you fairly regularly. Sometimes from heights that you think they would break a leg from, and they clearly don't because they managed to jump out and run away. But there was no way he was going to be able to jump and run away from that. And I've never seen anyone try and climb out of a window that high up before.
In the past year, South Yorkshire firefighters have tackled more than 13,000 blazes. 80% of them were started deliberately. It's early evening, and calls are coming through to Mansfield Road Greenwatch to report a small back garden bonfire that's rapidly becoming a raging inferno, with flames and smoke now engulfing 2 homes. As well as 4 fire engines racing to the city's Manor district, police have mobilised a helicopter to offer air support, which could later prove absolutely vital.
Kilo Control to Ashton attending the fire on Rome on Sierra Yankee 99 is making the way over to have a look from overhead.
So far it's just a 999 call into the area. The smoke's been seen at distance. We've arrived and so far all we've been told is that some furniture's been piled at the back of the house and that's been lit.
Flames from the burning furniture have licked up the side of the property. In no time at all, the fire has taken hold in the roofs of the houses.
We've already been in, made sure that there's nobody in any of these houses. We've got all animals out, turned everything off as much as we can.
The 4 homes have been evacuated. But unless firefighters can quickly get the blaze under control, there is imminent danger to neighbouring houses.
999 a message please. 999 talk through please with any officer at this fire.
One resident describes how the fire started, as his home burns just feet away.
I was in the house and my missus went on to the back for some reason. She said, phone fire brigade, quick, they've set empty house on fire. And I went out and I looked and there were flames shooting out of the house. I phoned fire brigade, police, everything. They responded within about 5 minutes, so they were brilliant response time, like.
As you can see from front, I think there's 4 houses enveloped because it's gone down each one in turn through the roof void. So now we're having to get Darnell 4, which is aerial ladder platform, to get up into that roof space and try and make sure it stops before it gets to the end one.
Firefighters attempt to contain the blaze to the roof voids. This will stop debris burning through the ceiling and setting light to the homes beneath.
Rick, outfield this rail round.
Using its thermal imaging cameras, the police helicopter plays a vital role in battling the blaze.
Yeah, 319, go ahead.
And warns emergency crews of imminent danger.
319, just advise the fire service that in the apex of the building on the far right, there's a lot of heat gathered. So it looks as though it's going to break through any second.
Coming up.
You appear to be getting brown smoke from next door now.
Emergency crews fear the worst.
Look how thick that smoke is. Eventually that's just going to burst into flame now.
A suspect refuses to play ball.
Do you agree to provide 2 specimens of breath for analysis? No. You don't agree?
Well, can I get off?
And a woodland blaze cramps White Watch's style.
Just steady, mate. I'm going to get squashed here.
The emergency services are deployed according to job priority.
Doesn't sound good.
But sometimes they have no choice but to respond to what's directly in front of them, often when they least expect it. It's just after dawn, and PC's Adam Bergin and Ryan Ashton are on a call to assist a fellow officer.
Burden Street's to the left, and that keep going.
When the car in front suddenly catches their attention.
Is it doing one from us?
Yeah,
failed to stop, failed to stop. Right, I thought it failed to stop.
It did red light anyway, didn't it?
Despite jumping a red light, the driver seems puzzled at being stopped by police.
What's up? You're driving, that's what's up. What's your name? Hello? Wake up, all right? You're going to get yourself locked up. Talk to me properly. Open your mouth. Whoa. What is your full name? What? Hello in there. You're not even... No, put your mouth around the... No. Right. I'll hold it. Put your mouth around the tube. Put your mouth around it. Around it. Sorry.
Even after repeated requests, the man fails to blow into the breathalyzer.
Put your mouth around it. You're not even putting your mouth around it.
I'm not holding one. Come on.
Put your mouth around the tube. Blow. Blow? You're sucking. No. Failed. This is your last chance.
The suspect's lack of effort leaves PC Ashton with no choice.
Right, I'm arresting you for failing to provide a sample of breath for analysis by this screen device. You don't have to say anything, but if you harm any offence, you don't mention when questioned something which later on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Come on then.
Back at the station, the suspect will again be asked to take a breathalyser test.
Well, a very poor attempt, is it? Sergeant, this is... Yeah. As he keeps telling me.
Do you take or should you take any prescribed tablets or medication?
No.
Do you suffer from any mental problems or depression?
No.
Have you ever tried to harm yourself?
No.
And are you a drug addict, substance abuser or alcoholic? Would you be kind enough to sign that for me then, please? Just there. Stand up straight for me then, please.
All right.
What have you taken tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Stand up. No.
Stay there. No intoxicating substances whatsoever?
No.
Can't stand on his own without... He seems to stand better with his arms up.
Yeah, we'll leave him with his arms up this time, shall we?
Yes. This way.
After all the legal formalities, it's back to the task of trying to get a breath sample from the suspect.
We will still give him the opportunity to blow on the machine in the station, which, if he does provide a sample, will give us a more accurate reading for any alcohol he's got in his system.
Do you agree to provide 2 specimens of breath for analysis?
No.
You don't agree?
No.
Why not?
I don't drink, I don't smoke.
It doesn't matter though.
If he doesn't provide on this system here, he commits a complete offence and he'll be charged with failing to provide.
If you don't drink, then you've nothing to worry about, have you?
I don't drink, I'm a Muslim, bro, Muslim.
So you're going to blow into the machine?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
You're not blowing. Blow. You're not blowing. You're not blowing. I can see where you're blowing on here. You're not blowing. Blow. That's it. No, you stop blowing. You've got to keep blowing.
Listen, if you buy me 1 year, if you buy me 2 years, I don't care.
Okay. You don't drink, do you not?
No.
This machine can detect alcohol in your breath.
Do whatever you want, mate.
The breathalyser machine has picked up traces of alcohol on the suspect's breath. But the sample he's provided is not big enough to be used as evidence in court.
I think you've had some intoxicating liquor. You've not been perfectly honest with me, have you?
He's a good person, he doesn't drink.
I never drink. I never drink in my life.
Don't you?
I swear.
You have to stay with us until you're sober enough to be processed. Okay?
That's a racism.
Racism?
Yeah.
We're racists.
You're racist.
Okay.
Are you racist?
I don't think so.
Say it. Say it.
Say what?
Are you racism?
No, I'm not racism. Oh, no, I'm not a racist either. This way. What, this way? We've made a few calls.
But I got lawyers, mate.
Have you? Yeah. Go on. Speak. No, not that way. This way. You can speak to your lawyers when you say.
Talk to me like a man.
What, this way?
Don't talk to me like a little bitch, man.
Don't start swearing at me.
I got lawyers, bro.
In here. Kick your shoes off.
No.
Officers will confiscate footwear to prevent any self-harm with the laces. But this prisoner isn't cooperating.
Take your shoes off or I'll take them off.
Never. Talk to me like a nice boy.
Come here.
An hour ago, Mansfield Road Green Watch were on their way to what they thought was a small back garden bonfire. But the blaze has since spread through the roofs of 3 homes and has now reached critical point.
Look how thick that smoke is. Eventually, that's just going to burst into flame now. It's absolutely red hot.
With temperatures inside the roof cavity hitting 300 degrees, emergency crews fear the fire will burn through the ceiling and set light to the rooms below.
You appear to be getting brown smoke from next door now.
Fire seems to have broken out this side. This side.
The far right-hand house, as given before, is smoking quite heavily now. There's still a lot of heat in the apex.
Sending a B-18-9 to that loft to try and knock it back. Basically, it's all building up in loft. Nowhere for it to go. So, guys are knocking all tiles off to get rid of a lot of pressure in loft.
The crew on the aerial ladder platform are at risk from extreme heat and choking smoke. So colleagues smother the roof with gallons of water. As firefighters and the blaze destroy more of the roof, there's an increasing danger from falling debris.
Yeah, it looks like it's gone through the roof void that covers all the properties. Just stand back here, mate.
The only way to discover whether flames have spread to the inside of the homes is to send in a team of firefighters.
We need to get in, make an entry. They're basically just going in. We're not sure, basically, whether fire's involved below the roof void in there. So it's locked, so they need to make an entry, and they're going in under air just to check whether it's come through the ceiling fully or whether it's just maintained in the roof void itself.
Two behaviours entering number 30, which is the one to your left.
Entering a burning building is the most dangerous part of a firefighter's job. As well as the obvious threat from heat and flames, they are at risk from lethal fumes and collapsing floors and ceilings. Firefighters emerge with news that the blaze has been successfully contained within the rooftops of the properties. The rest of the homes and their contents have survived the fire.
Let's back as much as we can.
Yeah.
The joists are all right. They're just they're getting a bit thin.
Satisfied that the fire is out, the crew must now make the properties absolutely safe.
Going back in again. Going into number 28 to knock off the gas and electric supplies.
Are we happy upstairs?
Flooded, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. Everything's off in there. I think everything's off in here.
It's taken 30 firefighters almost 3 hours to extinguish the blaze and stop it destroying the homes and their contents. But the clear-up will take a whole lot longer.
Fire's out. Turning to salvage part and operations and that. What I mean? Trying to limit damage what we can do by putting too much water on.
Now the battle against the blaze is over, police and firefighters can start investigating the cause.
There's senior officers here as fire investigation. So although we're quite happy where it originated, we're not sure if it was accidental in terms of somebody burning off or maybe somebody did start it deliberately, so that will need investigating.
Now, these people here, they're going to be rehoused. They're council houses. Mine's a private house. What am I going to do now? I know I'm insured and everything, but what am I going to do? Where am I going to go tonight?
The modern-day firefighter has the very latest technology at their disposal.
Right there.
Yeah.
But no two fires are the same, and each one will demand a slightly different approach. It's mid-afternoon, and Darnell Whitewatch are called to a small forest fire. Only this woodland blaze just happens to be in the middle of a golf course.
Go on. Yeah, we're back. Straight on the far side of the course, in middle of trees.
As it's only a small blaze and no lives are at risk, Whitewatch decide against driving their 14-ton fire engine across the golf greens.
I don't know how you'll get down it.
Right.
But how else to get hundreds of gallons of water to the scene?
It's coming back to bring a buggy so we can all get on it.
Unfortunately for the crew, they have to rely on buggies and backpacks.
Hang on a sec. Can I come? Not being funny like, but I won't actually mind going. Whereabouts?
With crew manager Russ Bennison finally on board the makeshift fire engine, Whitewatch head out to the blaze.
Oh my God. Well, can I get off? Just steady, mate. I'm going to get squashed here.
It may only look like a small fire, but it will still take gallons of water to put it out properly and stop it reigniting.
Well, with it being wood that's burning, it's not something you can just put out with beaters. You do need to put a bit of water on it, so...
And it's not long before the inevitable happens.
Have you run out of water, Jez, have you?
I need some more water, mate.
We're going.
Crew manager Russ sends a man to fetch more water when he suddenly realises he can bring the fire engine closer.
Fat brown you're receiving. Jez! Jez! Just hang on a sec, mate. Just hang on a sec, mate. Ask Brownie if he'll come to you. You know, we were watching him tee off. That's only just up this fairway we're there, and we're going to need some more water for Thomas. If you can get him as close as you can up there, and we can get some more buckets and stuff if we need them, mate, then all right?
Yeah, that's good. They've gone to get some water, obviously. Like for this, I don't think this is going to be enough to put it out. But because with something like this, it's hot right underneath, so we're just trying to separate it as much as we can. Because as you can see, look, it's just reigniting all the time because it's that hot.
Even though the fire engine is now much closer to the blaze, crews still need the buggy to ferry buckets of water through the woods.
I've never actually been in a golf cart. I don't really want to go in again, actually, because it was a bit unstable.
Try and juggle buckets and those onto a golf buggy. Don't work. Don't work.
Oh, do I get some more buckets of water?
Kind of hose, really. We could put it out in 2 minutes, but just using buckets, it's never going to be easy like so.
It may not be 21st century firefighting, but with the water now coming fast, it does prove effective.
I don't think we need any more water, do we?
So another job done. And even the unorthodox firefighting methods don't appear to have put the golfers off their stroke.
Go on.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Time is running out for a suspected stroke victim.
The unfortunate thing is that she's got a key in her hand, but she can't get up. Going through. On the way.
Where is it?
It's late afternoon, and an ambulance crew is rushing to the west side district of the city.
Looks like an 89-year-old lady has been feeling ill, legs weak, arms heavy.
The woman managed to raise the alarm before becoming incapacitated.
It could be what we call a CVA. She might have had a stroke.
With suspected stroke victims, it's vital that ambulance crews can assess and diagnose them as soon as possible. But there's a problem.
There's a fast response vehicle on scene already, and they obviously can't get in. The unfortunate thing is that we've got to break the door down because we can't get anybody else with a key. So just by shouting to her just to tell her what's happening, because if we didn't tell her, we'll be a little bit worried.
PC's Ryan Ashton and Adam Bergin are also racing to the scene. They're the ambulance crew's best hope of getting to the elderly woman quickly.
Part of the issue is that the ambulance are not equipped with anything that would help them break into a premises, whereas we carry 2 or 3 different tools, all of which can be used to force entry to somebody's address.
This is my lady.
You need a key.
Do you need...
We need a key. More than anything.
The officers arrive at the premises and assess how best to gain entry.
We could do that lock, to be fair. We can try and just pop the lock off.
You can try.
For some reason you thought they hadn't tried that.
I know it's obvious, but you know.
Hello, Doc. Yes?
We can see her through the window. She seems uncomfortable on the chair, struggling for breath a little bit. I think she's a bit hot as well.
The police are going to break the door. Just stay where you are.
The unfortunate thing is that she's got a key in her hand, but she can't get up.
Strokes are the third biggest killer in the UK. Early treatment saves lives and greatly increases the victim's chances of making a recovery.
If Ryan can't make this work with the lock breaking kit, we'll have to force the door, and then we'll get the council to come and repair it.
As PC Ashton struggles with the lock, partner Adam has other ideas.
Here we go.
The softly approach isn't working, so it's time to bring in the heavy artillery.
Hello, Doc. You all right? Yeah. They're here now. They can have a look at you.
Look at me, sweetheart. It's going to be slightly noisy in here while we try and sort you out, OK?
Oh, yeah. Let me have this hand, sweetheart. Yes. That's fine, thank you.
So have you been sicker at all today?
No.
Have you been eating today?
No, I've had my dinner.
Basically, Ryan's tried to use one of our pieces of equipment to break the lock and get in through the door. Because of other bolts and things on the back of the door, it wasn't working at the time. We reached a point where it was time to get in and get the paramedics in as quick as we could. So I've used our enforcer and broke the door in.
Do you have any weakness in your hands?
No. This is heavy. This one is heavy.
Does it feel heavy from up here? Can you hold your arms out for me?
No.
Ironically, majority of damage has been caused by you. All that's happened when I've it's doors that's give way and it's popped.
Obviously was complaining of not being able to get up out of the chair. She was showing classic symptoms of having a stroke, but without the slurred speech or anything like that. But you're not necessarily going to get that with a stroke. You could just get a weakness in one arm, which she had. I'm going to push against your knees now, sweetheart. Here we go.
Thank you.
Right. Obviously, the door's now insecure to the premise, so we will remain to look after this lady's belongings so the council can come and re-secure the door. Hopefully that should only take maybe half an hour or so.
Enjoy your effort on the door?
Well, better than your effort, I suppose.
I was fooled by a lock. Just a little one.
After a couple of days in hospital, the old woman was found to have no serious health issues. The driver who jumped the red light received a £125 fine and an 18-month driving ban for failing to provide a breath sample. The man hanging out of the window was convicted of being on enclosed premises and given a 1-month custodial sentence, suspended for 12 months. His friend was given a 6-month conditional discharge. And motorcyclist Kamar Syed faces a long and painful road to recovery.
It's been like 5.5 weeks since the accident. I mean, I'm never going to ride a bike again. I probably won't be able to push the clutch on a car again. I'm aiming for like 6 months to start walking a bit better. So it's a long, long process.